So we've been discussing the characteristics of formal invitation. I'll take you through all these characteristics once again. The language is formal, the information is centrally aligned, and that too, each important piece of information is laid out on a separate line. The language is formal, of course, and we use present indefinite to express ourselves. It doesn't carry date of writing the invitation. It doesn't carry any salutation. It doesn't carry any subscription for that matter also. There is no "Dear Sir, yours faithfully" or "sincerely." We'll discuss the difference between these two later on when we discuss the difference between informal invitation or informal reply and a letter. The person who is extending the invitation will refer to himself by his name, and he will also refer to the person being extended the invitation by his or her name. So there are no personal pronouns I, you, we. We don't use these pronouns in case of a formal invitation, and in case I am extending these invitations to a select few group of friends. It is essential on my part to address them in the third person. And it doesn't carry any subscription. Yeah, at the bottom it carries the address of the person who is extending the invitation, and the letters RSVP, which I've already told you in English mean reply if you please. Alright. So I will give you few samples of formal invitations. So for example, school is extending the invitation to parents on say Founders Day. So I may begin, and this is just one example. I may word it anyhow, but it has to be formal. I may begin: the principal, staff, students. In the next line, Scholars Home, All India Senior Secondary School, Dehradun. In the line that follows, solicit your benign presence. Here, I'll explain how. Your benign presence on this special occasion of 75th Annual Sports Day. Say, for example, Annual Sports Day. In the lower fields at 4 p.m. on 25th November 2020. And then thereafter I'll write Honorable His Excellency the Governor, His Excellency or Shri, within brackets, Shri XYZ, His Excellency the Governor Uttarakhand has kindly consented to be the chief guest. Full stop. Then I'll write the address of school or the person who is extending the invitation on one side, and the letters RSVO on the other side. So I may write these two particulars at the bottom on either side. I can write RSVP on right side or on left side, but it has to be there. As long as it is there, I will not be penalized for. There will be no deduction in the marks. So this is one example. Supposing I am extending an invitation to select few friends. In that case, I will not use you, because there are a number of children in school, and it is impractical rather to mention the names of every parent or each parent. However, say for example, an individual is extending an invitation to select few friends on the special occasion of his daughter's birthday. So he will begin: Mr. and Mrs. Vinay Makin solicit the benign presence of Mr. and Mrs. Chandraprakash Kashyap on the special occasion of 16th birthday celebration of their daughter. All these pieces of information will be arranged centrally, will be aligned centrally, and each important piece of information comes in a separate line. Thereafter, my address or the address of the person who has extended the invitation, and the letters RSVP. So you may go through a few of these invitations in the hill books that you have bought, or you may be in the process of buying. However, this is just one format that is called a postcard format. However, this is basically what is taught and how a formal invitation has to be. However, in modern day English, formal invitations have taken the shape of a formal letter. However, there are differences. A formal invitation would be brief and to the point. Again, the language will be simple. The language will be very formal. I will use present indefinite. I'll refer to myself. I'm free to use personal pronouns here. I'm free to use personal pronouns here. There is an option with me in this case. If I'm drafting a formal invitation in the shape of a formal letter, I can use personal pronouns. However, the important thing is the subscription. Subscription is the most important thing. And subscription is the most important thing. Because the salutation would begin a name. Because the salutation would begin a name. Therefore, the subscription would be yours sincerely only. This is very important. Yours sincerely. It has to be yours sincerely. Because I begin the name. Because the salutation comprises names. Therefore, subscription has to be yours sincerely only. And there is another important thing. The date on top, underneath the sender's address, will not carry the year. The date does not carry the year. The date does not carry the year. It does not carry the year. So these are very important. These are important facts for all of us to know and practice. However, in